Hi. I have I have something to show you. And it is not just me, even though you only can see me right now. Just a moment. Yep. Okay, so there is something behind me. What might it be? It is. Let's put me here. Okay, so I got this model working. It's moving nicely, as you can see. And I even have my outfit here. Nice. Best part. Maybe not the best part. They move. Amazing, isn't it? Anyway, I'm ready to play. put my beautiful Lakium model here. Oh wait, I have to show you something else too. I have these toggles made also. Well, I made them myself. But anyway, we have a game to play. Which? Okay. Where's my game? There, these jumping windows. Okay, I would have happily streamed like on Monday or yesterday, but I was sick, so I thought it's better that I don't do that. Null marches. Okay, I cheated a little bit in one way. I checked out the loadout of my characters off screen, so you couldn't see it. But I did it. And I guess those are not prepped. I guess I have to sleep to prep some of those, like this one, maybe. I'm not quite sure how it works, but I think that's how it works. And I also checked here, and I was a bit unsure that if I remember to have Amiri with us, and luckily it looks like we have Amiri, because she has a side quest and I'd like to do it if possible. And in Lindsay's journal it's, well, this one and this one. Amiri has passed her trial, but even that doesn't seem enough for her. She demands we find another monster and let her prove herself in battle once again. You think she already gets enough opportunities to swing her sword? Well, at least we're in the Stolen Lands, where monsters are never in short supply. Nice, isn't it? And last time we did this and we got ourselves a couple of new characters. Octavia and Rikongar. And I checked that Rikongar is evil. Well, so is Jadal. But she's not evil, she's good. And they love each other, I guess. At least they kissed, maybe they do. Or maybe not. Who knows? I really like my new model. But we don't have any pressing matters at the moment. We might if we went sleeping. But I'm not sure what to do next. Old Mesa. And this is ruins of an old temple. And there is a lot of places to explore. We already did Tuscater's Lair. There is a weird old sycamore. I think this had something very dangerous. Sorry, I'm still a bit slimy after being sick. But that was too dangerous, so we are not going there. There is also that one which is also suspicious, probably dangerous. Everything seems so dangerous. I should just pick something and go somewhere. Maybe there. Let's go through here. Let's move a little bit. And travel a bit more. Let's not enter there. And maybe it's a good time to sleep. How did we rest again? There's the camp. Yeah. Let's manage. We need intimidating posture. 9 and 9 and 1 and 1. I guess we'll have to have Octavia in the watch. Is he any better if I put... No. Why does nobody have bonuses for cooking? Nobody knows anything. Oh, wait. Can Octavia... Look, it's +8. For me it would be just +5. Octavia is our new cook. I guess I'll have to stand in watch. And... well... How is Rigonga so bad at watching? Maybe he should help with cooking. It seems to be the most difficult task out of these. And that's nice. Okay. Let's rest.
I marvel at your patience, Tristian. Didn't you ever want to curse or yell or smash someone's face?
I have felt those feelings, of course. I'm not a stranger to common human passions. But it doesn't become a servant of Sarenrae to act out his sordid urges.
Hi, Neil. No, I'm not. I'm not a god. I'm Lakium now. So... I made this model move, finally, while I was sick. Which is not the healthiest thing to do, but I did it. Can I move? Continue. So I'm now cosplaying as my character. What's that? Can we go there? Okay, I can't go there. Maybe I need to be a baron before I can claim things? I'm not yet a baron. When will I be a baron? Is this somewhere we should go? But we do have the quest to get those damn berries. I want to check that quest. Okay, resting time again.
There must have been many others of your faith at the Academy.
You'd be surprised, but no. It's called the Academy of Grand Arts, but the Goddess of Beauty isn't widely honored there. Callistria and Desna are much more common.
But in Divinity, it's It's better than it's in this game. And I noticed you were streaming it, weren't you, Neil? But I couldn't watch you because when I went there was just like connection error things. I guess you don't have a very good internet. That's unfortunate. We walked across the heath for a long time, yet no sight sprang up before our eyes. By turns we discovered a verdant lowland, with several near-about springs streaming down behind another hillside. And then, in the distance, in the center of the lowland among the bush, there stood a single dry tree, a true giant. Its magnificent outline resembled an animal's paw, clawing at the sky. But what was truly remarkable, the flat landscape was dotted by mysterious dark humps. They were piled about the height of a man and scattered around in abundance. So your Wi-Fi is not working properly, even though you're pretty close to the router. I hope it works. Let's explore the lowland. The further we trekked, the softer the land became. Step by step, heath grass gave way to moss, low-growing shrubs and ferns, and then sloshy puddles of stinky swamp water. The muddy ground sucked at our feet, and soon our party was jumping from hassock to hassock. Finally, we reached the first group of mysterious humps and learned they were no mere hills, but dugout dwellings. We moved with great care towards the center of the lowland, and there the real swamp began. On the way toward the mysterious giant tree we saw the foggy outline of another hut, this one much bigger and surrounded by small clay statues. This seems interesting. Standing one behind another and tied together with a rope, we continued on our journey. Well, let's not do that yet. Let's examine. Impact drill. Why was it scary? Drills are pretty cool. Inside the dugouts were frowsy and darker than holes and filled with absolute desolation. There were no windows in these mud walls, no furniture or other homely items, except for the odd piece of tattered wicker. But every dwelling had a large hollow duct right in the center of the dirt floor, like a fire pit, but taking up a greater part of this space. They were filled with standing water and reeked beyond description. We moved with great care towards the center of the lowland, and there the real swamp began. On the way toward the mysterious giant tree we saw the foggy outline of another hut, this one much bigger and surrounded by small clay statues. Only hand-sized and so powerful drill. Standing one behind another and tied together with a rope, we continued on our journey. We succeeded. We lost rope. But We had rope. We walked slowly, carefully, choosing our way, keeping to drier ground as much as possible, but the further we went, the more difficult it became, and soon we were wading waist deep through the cattails. Frogs croaked loudly as we peered anxiously into the cloudy water, struggling to make out what shadows flitted along the bottom. We often stumbled and lost our balance, but our trusty rope and the aid of our friends saved us from being lost to the bog. The insatiable bog gurgled hungrily after us, but we didn't look back. Sodden and weary, we finally made it back to solid ground, and a palace of sorts rose before our eyes. A spacious hut made of mud like the rest, but decorated with pebbles, bones, cattail spikes, and snail shells. In front of the palace was a wide and shallow reservoir. Its green water reflected the leaves of huge ferns and primitive clay figurines. The buzzing of gnats was nearly deafening. We were not far to the center of the swamp, and a firm and steady path led there through the thick bushes. At its end, that tall dry tree stretched mightily upwards, glowing at the firmament. Are those like... They look like frogs, but they are like standing like people. We carefully examined the clay figurines, trying to fathom who they might portray. Success. Goggle eyes, flat heads with no necks, ears or chins, ugly long legs unnaturally bent. These sculptures could only be the work of bogards. Primitive, cruel bogard tribes had inhabited the swamps of Garund and Avistan since the olden days. Pitiless to others and to each other, they were led by the darker instincts of the insane priest kings. They are known to grow young fry in the pools inside the houses. Grow young fry. What, they are growing something in the pools in those small houses? How weird. The buzzing of gnats was nearly deafening. We were not far to the center of the swamp, and a firm, steady path led there through the thick bushes at its end. The tall tree stretched mightily upwards, glowing at the firmament. We peeked inside the hut. So far, we have... Well, we went exploring. We are meaning to beat down the Stag Lord, who is some kind of rogue and not very nice a boss. And along the way, we should do that before our rival Tartuccio does it. And we once encountered Tartuccio, and we took one of his followers with us. And then we went to the Temple of the Elk, and there we found this Tristian, a priest kind of guy with long hair, pretty. And after that we also, because in the night once the Technic attacked us, so we decided we need to find their lair, and we found it. We beat them down, and we got a couple of their slaves with us. They wanted to help us, so now I'm just wandering around because my main quest can't move forward, because when we beat down the monsters at the Temple of the Elk, that kind of cleansed the temple, which also is lifting the fog that is weird and shouldn't be there. So We are waiting for the fog to disappear so that we can go find that Stag Lord and kill him. That's about it, I think. And now we are just exploring, and we found this weird hut. The palace was twice the height of the other huts, and its entrance was wide enough that three could walk abreast. The walls were decorated. An unknown builder had scratched drawings in the clay while it was still wet. The faded scroll depicted huge amphibians devouring smaller figures, some frog-headed, others not. 3 of the 4 rooms boasted large holes filled with water, just like the other dwellings, though here there were steps descending into them, cut into the dirt. In the furthest room, we found equipment decorating the walls: leather armor, spears, clubs. To our surprise, a number of items were well preserved. The hut was clearly deserted, so we felt no shame in taking some of it with us. Hey Mia, don't diss me. Okay. We moved forward, seeing we'd drawn so near our goal. That picture even has like the right people in it, I think. It was ever so lovely to walk once again along the well-trodden path. Our soaked clothes imagined being dry, and our mood at once lifted. The bushes that bordered the path seemed to wave at us amiably. With their juicy green leaves and shiny bright red berries, a fresh wind puffed away the rotten smell, and it finally felt like the swamp might be nearly behind us. But then, the wind stopped blowing, and the thorny branches continued to move, and we heard a loud shout. Octavia, who was watching our rear, pointed to a surging crawling wall of green filling in the path behind us. The surrounding thicket was coming to life, its branches reaching out with a soft swishing sound. Drops of sap oozed from their thorns, gleaming in the emerald dusk. The path was disappearing. There was no way back, and the clear space ahead was closing. Octavia has a lot of mobility. Hello, Chimirio. How do you do? Okay, we are running. We ran forward as fast as our legs could carry us, flying towards the closing passage. Another success. Oh, cool. How far are you? Are you a Baron yet? I'm not a Baron yet. Oh, level 13. I'm just level 3? Just level 3. I'm really early in the adventure. As any experienced traveler can tell you, sometimes you walk, sometimes you run. The branches snatched at your backpacks and clothes, and the sprouts tangled at your feet. But we slipped their grasp. We were too quick. Or at least Octavia was too quick. Finally, after what seemed an endless trek, we came upon the gigantic dry tree that had so intrigued us from the beginning. Lo and behold, we saw an idol cut in its trunk, a huge horned three-eyed toad. Its googly eyes made it look both cruel and dumb, almost idiotic. Its muzzle hung half open, sharp-toothed with several hanging tongues. Deep brown streaks oozed from the corners of its mouth. We tried to glean what sort of idol it might be. No, Tristian! You failed us! Sadly, we failed to glean from the idol was devoted to, but it was surely not one of the lighter gods. But what is this? While we were examining the idol, a large bright blue dragonfly came out of a hollow in the tree and sat invitingly on the very tip of one of our noses. It was so remarkably strange. It didn't react to our movements and seemed quite content to remain where it sat. That's like, I don't think... I don't know. Just eat the dragonfly? No, I... Destroy it, eat the dragonfly. I'm going to try to eat it. I succeeded! I heard a wet crunch and winced before I could look. I turned around, hearing a faint cry. Lakium had turned white and started to collapse. We barely had time to catch her. After returning to life in a few hours, she told us amazing things. It turns out that Bogart's priests ate blue dragonflies to fall into hypnotic trances, where they could hear the will of the goddess, the demon lord Gogunda, Gogunda, the creator of Bogart kind. In her dream, Lakium saw ancient times, how the Bogarts built the settlements, how they raided the neighbors and enslaved their children, how they held bloody rituals to honor bloated amphibian monsters. The roar of their laughter throughout the dark centuries, and she saw a priest bury a stash of plundered jewelry in his hut, rather than offering it to his cruel goddess. In return, the wrathful Gogunda set horrible plague upon his tribe, and that priest would be their last. Oh my! We turned around to leave the abominable swamp. The flesh-eating bush grew quiet and gave away. On the journey back, we were sure to look inside the priest's hut and dig out the treasure that had once wiped out his entire tribe. What did we learn from this? You should always eat strange dragonflies if they just fly on your nose or something. That surprised me. Let's save the game. Okay. I guess we should check the journal. Kill, wait, Tartuccio. Wait and wait. Maybe it's the fangberries. Can we go through there? I think we can. Let's... Oh! It's a fight. Let's fight. It auto-saved. Do we see here? Thylacine? Is there anything else? Is there just one? Well, let's kill it.
I'll cut you!
Yes, please do. There's another. Of course. There's always more. I think we have fought on this kind of terrain before. But there were some things with bows that time. I don't think those can do many ranged attacks.
Blood for Gorum!
Huh. Already dead. Can you just do that? Do it. Was that it? Seriously? That was it? Well, let's check if there is anything else. Doesn't look like it. Da-di-da. Probably nothing here either. Yep. There's nothing for me here. So let's continue. It's the priest boy. Ah, it's night. We should quest.
Jimiria followed us. Who?
Thanks for the follow. Resting. Resting.
You are strange, Tristian. You put up so patiently with jokes and insults, and you're always ready to hear out and forgive. Some may see this as weakness, but I know that inside you are harder than steel.
Thank you, Octavia. Too bad people so seldom recognize the true difference between weakness and strength.
No! I have like 2 people in the cooking business and no! How could they fail at it? Why is cooking so hard? Endless plains. Let's go. Let's save first. Must save a lot. I'm afraid. I will probably die at the most difficult moment if I don't keep saving. Hey, there are dead. Are those kobolds? And there is loot. Let's check the loot. Oh, so there is quick save here also. Maybe I should do that too. A Land of Greece. I need that. Greece is most wonderful. I need to have that immediately. I guess it's fine to have magic missile also, but let's have that. So nice. Was there anything else? Why are not everyone coming?
A simple request.
Simple request? Come on. I want to have everybody. Let's move. Is that the manticore? How difficult is it? Will we die?
Running won't help you!
Can't save in the middle of battle. Oh. Show me. What do we know? It's level 6. Lawful evil. non-specified abilities. And we are just level 3. We might die, but we should at least do our best. Wait, where is my Amiri? There. I'm going to give that to Amiri, and then you are going farther away. Good. Ah, it's my turn. That probably flies, so Grease might not be the most helpful thing. But let's summon a monster.
Yes.
We can use Grease later if it looks like it will stay put. I should also go a little bit farther away so that we are not in the same slump. What shall you do? You shall... you could use Acid Splash. It's a Manticore. I wonder if it has any kind of strength or weaknesses. We could use one magic missile. Let's use one. We need to hit it. Well, that did 2 damage, and the health bar isn't very low. Did it just fart? What the? Okay, you shall go there. You have a bow already, that's good. Can you hide? No. Maybe next time. That's not a very shadowy place though. Don't eat me, don't eat me. Wait, why is I forgot Tristian here, that's not good. Come on, Tristian. Come. Come closer, we need you. Well, maybe that is close enough. And you could just... you can't shoot it. That's too bad. I think we can't reach anyone with the blessing. Well, did you have anything you can give yourself? Give yourself guidance. Touch yourself. Good boy. And you, my new fighter, Magus, I haven't tried in battle yet. What should I do with you? This is interesting. You're actually that close, so maybe you could... you could use shield, or you could try a shocking grasp. Should we try that? Or this one? Wonder if maybe shocking grasp since... That was nice. Well done, Rikongar. For 1 minute. I could have used that before that. Okay, live and learn. But now I have used it, so it should be on. That's good. Amiri, you rage and you
Tear them apart!
hit that thing. Look how little HP it has. It's going surprisingly well so far, but it has only hit like... it hasn't hit any of us yet. This is worrisome. It lets out weird farting noises. Okay, Lindsay. Sing. Lindsay sings. And stay there. That's good. Bite the manticore. Wow! That was 8 damage from that shoddy little wolf thing. I'm surprised. I had no idea it could hit so hard. Hey, I haven't tried this one. I want to try it.
Axel, yes.
Victory! Couldn't skin the manticore. That's sad. Maybe there's some other loot. At least there are dead bodies. Belt. Unidentified. That's promising. That didn't have anything. Was there anything else? Belt of incredible dexterity, huh? Petrified egg? A useful household item? How is a petrified egg useful? I wonder what they would like to use it for. Maybe as a weight? But what is this? Is that like a kobold? Can we find those things that Pokken wanted here? The kobold things. Are those kobolds? I don't know. But they are dead in any case. Is there really nothing? This is weird. There should be something. Don't we have enough perception? Maybe we should have had Jadal with us after all. She has good perception. I think. And where is my cat? I should have had my kitty out.
Onwards! Together!
Yes, together. And yes, onwards. Why is there nothing? I am disappointed. There should have been something. Other than that dexterity belt. Okay. Anyway, we go out. Yes. And a little bit. So we go here. Let's not enter. Let's rest first. Then we go get the berries and then we run straight to there. That's a plan.
Clashing swords, hours despairing, vows made in silence, hoping and daring.
It's rhyming.
That rhyme is rubbish. I know all the words. Why is it so hard to put them together?
It's always hard. I know, Lindsay. How could you spoil the meal again? It's always spoiled. Okay. No, let's say first. It's dangerous to get the berries. And then enter. How to kill. We know where the berries are, so let's go straight there. Berries. Those horrible berries. Wait, where are they? Shouldn't they be here? I thought they were here, maybe here. That's my berry there.
That was easy.
Good job. Now we can just go. We got the berries. Let's run. Let's go. How can we get out of here? Was it here? No. Here? Yes, here. Can we finally get the berries to Boken? New events! Oh my. Here we go. Quickly. Yes. Then we can talk to Octavia and Regungar. That's also interesting since I haven't talked to them before. Oh, Octavia with a delighted smile inhales the smell coming from Oleg's trading post. Fresh bread! I can't believe it! All this time that we sat in cages and crawled in the mud, there were places in the world where they were baking fresh bread. And here we are. I bet they have clean sheets. And maybe we can even take a bath. A girl can dream. Get some rest, you deserve it. You can be sure of that. I've got years of rest to catch up on, and I'll be stuffing my face until I turn into a ball. She's nice. You do so much for us. It is all because you are kind, or maybe... The half-elf smiles flirtatiously. Maybe it's because you've been charmed by my beauty? Exactly, I would have never found the Techniclix encampment if your beauty hadn't beaconed me. So bad. Octavia laughs out loud. For a moment, something more than just friendliness flashes across her eyes. Oh, you are so sweet. Alright, enough talk. Fresh bread and clean sheets await. But where am I? They were so fast. They went for the bread, straight for the bread. I'm going straight to Boken. Boken. There he is. I had those stupid berries for you. Finally, I managed to finish this quest. After a quick glance at the basket, Bogen grabs a fistful of berries and shoves them into his mouth. A smile of delight brightens his face. Ah, fangberries, so fresh. You've been good to an old man, thank you. Here, take these potions. If you need more, feel free to return. I'll even give you a discount. Nice. At least it's potions. What do you use these fangberries for? Eating? Truth to be told, as I've gotten older, I've gotten kind of particular, and my appetite is almost gone. Everything I eat is practically tasteless now, to me now. I can barely force myself to swallow and bite. Only thing I can still taste is fangberries. So I add them to my porridge, or roasted meat. I even add them to my potions. When I ran out of fangberries, I stopped eating entirely. Svetlana tried to help me, the dear. She baked pies for me, cooked me fish soup and stewed venison, but I just couldn't eat any of it. I was desperate. Those damned spiders had sucked the last bit of joy out of my life. If not for you, I'd pretty much have starved to death, miserable to the end. Okay, remind me what was the other thing? About kobolds having something? I asked you to gather a bucket of moon radishes. Rumor has it that kobolds are often found in the places where they grow. Yeah, I think I saw those kobolds, but I saw no radishes. Okay, I should go. Yay! Quest complete. Then we had the stuff for him. So, Oleg, Tuskcutter is dead. You could mount his head on the wall as a trophy. Oleg looks at the blood-stained boar's head with respect, toughing its tusk with his finger to test how sharp it is. That's one heck of a beast. I'd love to have a trophy like that. But the deal is a deal. The head goes to the old Benson, and his bounty goes to you. Yay! I got coins. Show me your wares, Oleg. You don't happen to have a new bag of holding, do you? I would like more bags of holding. I really kind of need them. I guess you don't have them. That's so sad. So very sad. With hide armor. Max dexterity. I don't know. I could sell him stuff anyway. Like these spears. I don't need them. Nobody uses spears. And why am I carrying them? They only cost 1 gold. Light mace. Nobody uses a mace. Buy it. Wait, that's +1 scimitar. I could have use for that. I don't really have use for those. Stock. So many weapons that are practically useless. And also No need for that. No need for all of these heavy shields. Scale mail. No scale mail. What about here? It's just some silver ring and some copper ring. I need that. What about these spells and stuff? I'm going to sell those. Did I have anything useless here? There are notes and many things. Wait, there's this stupid petrified egg? What's the point of it? I'm kind of overloaded here. What other things am I carrying? Who needs that? You use that. Maybe you should have it. Let's see. You can have a nice scimitar, because you like scimitars. This, Well, because I'm so selfish, I'm going to take it for myself, even though I don't probably need it very much. Also, so many potions. They are probably heavy. Yeah, they are pretty heavy. The scrolls are not that heavy. I should start using them more. Oh yeah, I think there was a stash for us in this place. So I could just drop stuff there. Why are these guys here? Well, I will need to talk to them. I'm just going to maybe put my books here. Yeah, I'll put my books here. I like books. Books go there. More books. Oh yeah, I had these belts. I could sell them. They are so weighty. Of course I will have to sell them. Gosh. And look how heavy those are. Those are so heavy, I should use them. Well then 10 LBS a piece. 10 pounds a piece. That's just too heavy. That's unfair. Notable. I don't think I should sell anything notable. But these are other. They are not notable. I should sell them, right? But before that, save time again. And we can talk to these fellows here. Hello, Rengar. What do you want? Have a little chat? Alright. It's not like we have anything better to do. Tell me about yourself. What is there to know? I was born, I'm alive, haven't died yet. That enough for you. How do you manage to use both sword and magic and not cut off your fingers? I would cut my fingers. Haha, it's simple. I'm just that bloody good. The half-orc gives a contented grin. So, where did you get your magical powers? What magical powers? The hells are you talking about? Oh, you mean these? Regonga makes lightning run over his hands with a contented smile, then snaps his fingers, invoking shower of blinding sparks. I've had them since I was born. At least one thing I can thank my scum parents for. Maybe these powers are why they sold me to slavery. Think they were scared. Who knows? Damn Numerians. So his parents were Numerians. At the Technic League, they drew my blood, did experiments, burned me with fire, tortured me with cold electricity, and they told me, you won't believe it, they told me I have blue dragon blood in my veins. Not bad, huh? I'm a dragon, you freaks. Come check my blood if you dare. Grinning, Regonga strikes his palm with a fist, and another fountain of electric sparks shoots upwards. That's cool. What do your tattoos mean? They are magical. They help me control my powers. They technically gave them to me. I'd hoped that somewhere on my body there was at least one sign left by my tribe. But no, I guess they didn't care to bother. To hell with them. They better hope I never find them. If I even ever meet my father, I will even the score between us. Do you remember your childhood? You mentioned your father. Regonga scowls. What a crap question. I was just a kid when they sold me. Before that I don't remember much. Smoky fires, stinky heights, always bumping along on a horse. I think I was born in one of the Kelly tribes of Numeria. I'm more interested in what is a Kelly tribe than what is Numeria right now. There are many, some survive on their own, some give up their pride and serve the Technic League. I guess mine was one of the cowards, if they sold their own kids. I remember my father's hands, rough, scarred, white. So I guess I get this green skin from my mother. But I don't remember her. I think I remember playing with another half-orc child. A brother, maybe. For some reason they didn't sell him. Just me. Father gave him his dagger to play with. Never gave it to me. Oh, I don't want to remember. Forget all this. I'm an orphan. Regonga waves his hands wryly. I grew up slave. That I remember well. So many things burned into my memory. Most of all, I remember her, my Octavia. Today we are almost the same age, but back then she was twice as young as me. Just a child, but a brave one, cunning, bold, and beautiful, the most beautiful girl in the world. How cute. So, what deity do you worship? Huh, I never got much help from the gods so far. But if you make me choose, I'd say Callistria. Who else could I worship? Callistria, also known as the Savored Sting and the Unquenchable Fire, is the goddess of lust and revenge who takes on many faces and guises. I see. The Savored Sting, the goddess of pleasure, fun, and revenge. Oh yes. Should I ask this? Maybe. Do you enjoy making people suffer? Why should I care about their suffering? I do what I want. If I step on someone's toes, then they shouldn't have put themselves in my way. But chasing someone down just to torture them, that's only entertainment for maniacs like the Technic League. Well, on second thought, for them I would make an exception. I'd love to watch as I fry them nice and slow. But why do you ask? Do my methods shock you? Regonga clenches his fist, buzzing with sparks, and laughs loudly at his joke. So long as you're in my party, try to control yourself. I don't like meaningless atrocities. If you say so, you're the boss. We'll make sure all our atrocities are meaningful. Wouldn't want to upset the boss. Well, thank you, Rikongar. Thanks, don't fill a purse. I'm just kidding. So, tell me about your life in Numeria. You mean my life as a slave? I didn't see much, except for the slave barracks and the League's twisted laboratories. Heidi Doodle. Thank you. I'm proud of it, even though it's not very polished. Like if I reach in weird angles, it goes a bit wrong. But I really like how it came out. So, is slavery legal in Numeria? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. There are some laws against it, but even in Starfall, a third of the people live in bondage. And that's the capital. In regions where black sovereign's hand doesn't reach, they hold to tribal customs instead of laws. The barbarians don't keep slaves. Instead, they have thralls. Big bloody difference. Starfall is the city. And on top of all that mess, there's the Technic League. Law and custom mean nothing to those slime balls. They just take whatever and whoever they want. Did you and Octavia try to escape? What do you think? Of course we tried. I stopped counting how many times. Jumped from windows, dug tunnels, choked out guards, or seduced them. That happened too. But those dirtbags caught us every time. Every bloody time. My back is covered with whip scars. Lucky we were prized property. They'd spent much gold on to kill us. Anyone else would be hung and forgotten, but they kept trying to break us and recoup their expenses. Yeah, I think the Technic League lady said that they were there to catch these two. I don't know whether I could have survived by sheer stubbornness if it weren't for Octavia. I probably couldn't have. I would have just given up and died. But I had to pull my girl out of that meat grinder, and she believed me and had enough hope for both of us. When I lie there with my back slashed to pieces, she whispered to me about the river kingdoms, where there's no slavery, where everyone can go wherever they want, and take whatever they want. I'll be damned, but I thought she was just making this up to keep our hopes alive, and now it turns out to be true, all of it, every last word. No change, no slaves, no laws. Just live and be happy. Oh, there will be laws. Eventually. What else did you see beyond your life in chains, Rikongar? What could I have seen? Well, when we ran, we went through Storefall. That's a fine city. Big, loud, many merchant, things to see, things to steal. But I didn't have much chance to walk around. It's the very nest of the sodding Technic League. We were focused more on getting out alive. Of course you were. We met some barbarians. I asked them who might know what tribe I'm from, but they didn't know anything. I don't have any tribal tattoos, nothing. Actually, they are alright. Well, some of them. The bloody pikes, for one, they're great. All the rivers are theirs. We sailed with them during one of our escapades, almost all the way to Prevoy, and they didn't turn us in. But the White Scars got us after that. Those guys are shit. They've sold their pride to the Technic League. Oh, one more thing. One time Octavia and I tried to escape and stumbled across a Numerian monster. I'll never forget it. A huge spider, the size of a house, made of metal, spitting fire, shooting deadly rays all around. That thing could probably tear even a dragon to pieces. Ruined our escape plans too. We had to go back. Whoa. So why did your masters teach you magic? Can't you guess? Because magic is in my blood. It's why they bought me. I wasn't raised as some lowly mob slave, but as a murder machine. I'd fetch quite a nice sum of gold. You might also ask if they knew. I'd take the first opportunity to rip their own guts out, using everything they taught me. Ha! Of course they did, but that's the Technic League. They calculate risk. Octavia kept pretending to be simple-minded, so they wouldn't expect anything of her. But I made every effort, though they didn't teach me much. What is there to teach? It's not book magic, it's innate. They made me practice with my sword and more. But I did my best in everything. I studied all I could. They knew they were raising an enemy, but they thought they could keep me on a short leash, or sell me to someone with deep pockets, so I'd become someone else's problem. But who won in the end, huh? Who is free? Who will bury them all? The half-orc makes an obscene gesture in the northwestern direction toward Numeria. Ragongar already told how he became a slave. He was sold by his father, supposedly. I was sold by my own tribe when I was just a little brat. The half-orc clenches his teeth, then spits on the ground and steps on it with his boot. So I grew up in slave barracks. I was raised to be sold like a battle animal. They tried to break me, but they picked the wrong brat. No matter how much you beat this animal, he only gets angrier. Thank you for your answers. Ask away. So, what did you say when you were killing Kalana? What? Oh, that. Callistria's holy words. I stab thee with my heart. We say that when we get our vengeance. Those words make it so much sweeter. I see. What kind of relationship do you have with Octavia? Well, my Octavia and I don't have a relationship. We have a life together. How nice. Why do you call her yours? She doesn't seem to like that very much. My girl loves freedom so much, and even a slight chance of losing it frightens her. She is so smart. You really think she feels like I'm trying to make her mine, like an apple stolen at a market? Me, who was skinned alive for trying to help her escape. If she's afraid of the word my, it's because she doesn't understand the difference between my boots and my heart. But she will understand. Sooner or later. So, how did you meet? Back when we were children, we were taken as apprentices by a great spellmaster, Janusz. Maestro Janusz, he called himself. He was our teacher. Well, he made Octavia read books and memorize spells. I have my own innate magic. He trained me a bit, taught me how to control my gifts, so I wouldn't lose control and incinerate myself like a dumbass. Oh, teacher, we will meet again. There's one more test I must pass. A test? But you were asking about my Octavia. We've been together all our lives. We learned everything together. How to weave magic and how to survive. And as we grew older, we learned how to love. Without each other, we would never have gotten out of there, that's for sure. We would have given up and surrendered to death. But together, that's a very different story. Not the first time and not the 10th, but eventually, we made it out. So, Regungar, are you and Octavia faithful to each other? Octavia and I are connected, and this connection cannot be broken. We grew into each other, you know. Jealousy is for the weak cowards, who don't trust each other and are scared of being tricked. If a knight on the side threatens your love, that just means there was no real love there to begin with. Interesting attitude. She and I are together, to the end, and we will never part from each other. So, when she likes some lad or some lass, it's no drama to me. I just ask her whether she wants me to leave them alone or join in. And she does the same, haha. An open relationship. Nice. What, are you judging us? Or maybe you just want to join us in our tent? The half-orc grins. Is that an invitation? Well then, maybe I will. Is that so? Ragonga measures you with an openly lustful look. I will think about it. Thank you for your answers, Ragongar. Don't mention it. I have to go. So long. If you want to know anything else, just ask. Don't be shy. Just don't go pale when I answer. That was something. New save. So many saves. What about Octavia? I need to drink my... Today my drink is a bit of a mix of chai latte and hot chocolate. It's good, but it's a bit strange. So, Octavia. Hello. Octavia smiles at you flirtatiously. Got any good news? Good news. It's amazing how after all your hardships you still remain so cheerful and optimistic. Octavia's smile fades a little. I try not to view my life as a never-ending cause of sufferings. Yes, I've had my share of hard times, but do I need to recall them? After all, along with the bad things, I had some good things as well. I had a dream and I followed it, and eventually it came true. Following that path, I met Reg and you. Now I'm free and surrounded by friends. Octavia's voice trembles with hidden emotions, but her smile remains warm and sincere. That's nice. You worship Callistria, right? Yes, many slaves survived only thanks to their faith. Some lived hoping for a day when a good deity would deliver them. Some even offered deals to the evil gods, but Mirreg, Callistria has taught us the most important things. Expect no gifts from above, rely on ourselves, never forgive those who wronged us, but at the same time savor every droplet of pleasure we could squeeze from our bleak days. Ah, that explains the open relationship. Kinda. Could you tell me about your childhood, please? Octavia sighs. Too little. Some scraps of memories. No more than that. What exactly do you remember? Octavia reflects on that, tapping her finger against her cheek. Nothing special. Some images of a faraway past, that's all. I do remember wooden table legs. The paint on them was peeling off and I was standing on my toes, trying to peek at what was on the table. I remember the wild rose by the window. It kept me up at nights, scratching the glass with its gnarled branchlets. I do remember my mother's blue dress. It was a trifle battered, but it smelled of lavender. Octavia wrinkles her forehead. I guess that's all. Not much there, right? All those memories. It's like they are not mine at all. I recall some images, and I know I should feel something about them, but I don't remember what exactly I should feel. So, let them rot in a swamp with Dutzelworms? Dutzelworms? What's that? Octavia grins cheerfully. My life's good enough without them. Okay. What do you know about your parents? More than the dress? You're a half elf, right? Am I? Octavia examines herself as if seeing herself for the first time. You know, I think you might be right. I'm rather slim and tall, and I can see well in dim light. She raises her hands and touches her ears. Aha, they are a bit pointy. Yes, I'm definitely a half-elf. Let's think about that logically. So, my mother was an elf and my father was a human. Or maybe it was the other way around. And my mother was a... Finally, Octavia can't take it anymore and bursts into laughter, having spoiled her own act. So that's it. Now you know as much about my parents as I do, she says after her laughter subsides. Do you remember how you were enslaved? I clearly remember the man who took me away from my home. He was big, with a huge pot belly and shaggy beard. I was afraid he would eat me. Octavia shrugs. Anyway, he didn't stay with me long. He gave me to this slaver. His labor accomplishes, and I never saw him again. When my mother was giving me to him, she was crying. I can still barely hear her voice, her quiet voice, but I can't recall her words or her face behind the tears, just that lavender smell. It tickled my nose and I wanted to sneeze. Did my mother sell me into slavery? But then why was she crying? And if she didn't want me to be slave, why didn't she try to save me? Octavia twirls her hair, pondering over the thought. Then she sighs. One more riddle from my past that I don't care to solve. It must be horrible being unable to recall your childhood. Oh, I recall my childhood in rather bright details. It was spent in dirty barracks. I wore flea-infested rags and slept on a straw mattress instead of a proper bed. Octavia smiles humorlessly. Though I understand what you mean. You know, to be honest, I'm not sure I want to remember my childhood before slavery. If I could remember what I lost, it would probably just bring me more pain. Octavia shakes her head several times and makes herself smile again. So it's good that I don't remember much of anything. Okay, I want to ask you about something else. Of course, what do you want to talk about? Will you tell me about your life in slavery? I don't like to recall it, but if you insist. Octavia frowns. The slavers from the Technic League tried to ruin my life, but all they could do was ruin my childhood. How did you happen to find yourself in Stolen Lands? My enslavers from the Technic League funded a large expedition into the Stolen Lands. 100 agents, tens of slaves, wagons. We were to search for some ancient artifacts or ancient ruins. Octavia shrugs. Our group never made it to the Technic League hideout. Along the way, it was attacked by the future owner of the Stolen Lands herself. What, me? And I'll be forever grateful to her for it. Octavia winks cheerfully. How nice. Did you have many masters over the years? Yes, many of them. Some owned me for years. Others felt they'd had enough of me in a couple of months. Trust me, I did all I could to make every master eager to get rid of me. A slave that's trained in magic is a rather expensive thing, so they wouldn't kill me. At least that was the hope. So I drooled and played an idiot, and I listened as every new master argued with my former one, trying to return me. Sometimes I punctured the pages of magic books I was forced to copy with a gill. Other times I pretended to mix up the spells, so instead of lighting a magic torch, I set dozens of dancing lights floating just below the ceiling. Of course, most of these tricks of mine usually ended badly. I got punished on a regular basis. My back still remembers the master's whips, though all my scars from those times are long gone. So you can heal? What? So your masters have hurt you? Have your masters ever hurt you? Of course they have. You figured that out, didn't you? Octavia narrows her eyes. Or maybe you want to hear all about the beatings I survived. The humiliations I've endured. Imagine the worst thing one person can do to another and multiply it tenfold. That's what happened to me nearly every day in slavery. Masters. Oh, how I hate that word. Octavia shakes her head furiously, making her locks dance. They punished me because they wanted to hurt me, but what hurt me even more was the mere fact of their existence. So, you must have tried to run away. What a silly question. Of course I tried. As soon as we saw even the tiniest opportunity to get free, Reg and I grabbed it. On one occasion we jumped from cart into the river. There was a time when we spent weeks trying to dismantle the four wall of the barracks and make a path out. Sometimes we attacked our guards when they least expected it. We craved freedom. We lived only to dream about it. Those short days, sometimes weeks, that we spent on the run were the happiest days of my life. We used to hide in the woods or blend in with the crowd on the streets of Starfall. Midnight stars were our guiding lights, and we shared our dream with them, to reach the river kingdoms. For in these lands we were neither slaves or masters. We were starving and freezing, but that was the real life. Too bad it usually ended too soon. The Technic League agents always found us in the end. I don't know how they managed to do it. They probably used magic, or maybe it was just our fate. They whipped us and returned us to our old masters, or sold us to new ones, if the old ones refused to pay. So we were slaves again, but the dream about the river kingdoms never left our hearts. They always found you. Was it just easy for them to find people, or have they put some magic on you to find you? So, where did you learn to use magic? Who taught you? Oh, I was taught magic by Janus of Starfall, one of the most famous wizards in Numeria. Maestro Janus, as he insisted on calling himself. Octavia's voice overflows with contemptuous sarcasm. Anyone would be happy to learn from such a great master, and only a talentless bitch like me would dare to reject his teachings and indulge in her laziness. At least that's what Maestro Janus used to repeat constantly, while whipping knowledge into my back. The great maestro was a big fan of punishment. Octavia's lips pressed into a thin line. The Technic League didn't care if a few slaves died under the master's whip, as long as Master Janus provided an arcane-trained one in return. Officially, there's no slavery in Numeria, but the Technic League is above any law. A slave with an aptitude for the arcane is worth much more than a regular one. The slave's repertoire is limited to the simplest and safest spells, of course. But your repertoire is not. Let's talk about something else. Octavia stops you, gently touching your hand. Wait, I want to tell you. She sighs and shakes her head, as if trying to collect her thoughts. The Technic League agents you rescued us from. I reckon I tried to run away many times, but they always managed to find us eventually. I have no reason to hope that this time they've lost track of us for good. Yeah, I suspect that's the case. I won't let anyone harm those who are dear to me. Whatever happens, you can count on me. Octavia raises her eyes to you and gives you such a warm smile that you're unable to not smile back. In the depths of her eyes, you notice something that wasn't there before. This unnamed feeling hides in a moment, but you're sure you know what it was. Trust. Thank you, Octavia whispers, touching your shoulder. She's very touchy. Suddenly, she frowns in contemplation, twirling her locks. Still, I'd like to find them first. Yeah, why not? But why do you need to find the Technic League agents? I broke free from slavery thanks to you. I've obtained everything I dreamed of. My freedom and the opportunity to control my own life. I want to use this opportunity to fight the Technic League. At least the part of it that operates here in the Stolen Lands. I wish to free all the slaves from the Technic League masters. That's an ambitious goal. Octavia gives you a warm smile and gently touches your hand. I do believe that while we are together, we can achieve a lot. Even this. Okay. What kind of relationship do you have with Regungar? You love him, don't you? Octavia shrugs awkwardly. We are together? She answers simply. The way you said we are together sounded unconvincing. Is something wrong? You noticed? Well, I didn't mean that. Now I'll have to explain. Octavia shakes her head. I'm not sure I know how to put it correctly. You see, Rex seems to treat me like his property. He doesn't. He's always kind to me, and it feels good when we travel together, or when we share a blanket at the campsite. But he always calls me my Octavia. I've told him over and over that I don't belong to anyone, that I'm my own, that I stay with him by my own free will. He only grins when I say that. I bet he likes to think that I'm his. Yeah, in his heart. Never mind though, I'll sort it out somehow. Octavia shakes her head, making the troubling thoughts go away. When did you meet Reg? Years ago, when I was studying magic at the Maestro Janusz. Reg was his student too, though you couldn't actually say he was actually studying anything. Reg had his own ways to cast spells. He never needed the Master's instructions. You see, unlike wizards, Reg draws power directly from his innate bloodline abilities. Like me. Janus didn't realize the nature of Reg's powers when he took the young boy as his new student. And when he finally understood them, he just taught the negligent words. So difficult. Always. He just taught the negligent half-orc to control his powers, to avoid harming himself or others. Reg and I have been together ever since. We could both use magic, but more importantly, we both crave freedom. We used to vow to each other that someday we'd break free from the unbearable captivity, or die trying, together. Octavia gives you a warm smile. I guess it's a good thing that we fulfilled only the first part of that vow. You owe him much? Octavia winces. I don't like this owe word. I don't owe anything to anybody. Everything I do of my own free will. But to answer your question, yes, Reg has done a lot for me. I can't count how many times he was whipped by masters because of me, how many times he took the blame for my doings. He never complained when they dragged him, beaten and covered in blood, to the slave barracks. He just groaned and clenched his fists while I bandaged his wounds with the scraps of my filthy clothing. We've always been together, my whole life, as slaves and as free people. I wouldn't be me if not for him. That's kind of like... They've been together since they were children. It's like they are siblings. Which is a bit yucky. So the fact that Reg is so impulsive doesn't bother you? That is a very delicate matter. Octavia winces, looking away. Reg means a lot to me, and he endured a lot for me, but some parts of him just scare me. He becomes extremely bloodthirsty when it comes to slavers. Don't get me wrong, I hate slavers with all my heart, and I'll do a lot to cleanse the world of their filth. But Reg, he'd do anything. understand absolutely anything. I'm afraid that anger might kill everything good in him. And we are just gossiping about him, right next to him. It doesn't seem like he's that angry. I've attempted to talk to him about it many times, but he just won't listen. He becomes even angrier after our conversations. Octavia sighs sadly. Well, let's change the subject. Of course, what do you want to talk about? I just have to ask, how do you manage to look so gorgeous even when we are out in the middle of nowhere? Oh, so you noticed. Octavia smiles slyly. My appearance is the result of daily effort, and it's not easy. Do you know how much time it takes to create good makeup or to mend a dress, even with the help of magic? A lot, I believe. So, if someday you wake up early, an hour before dawn or so, you can actually check on me. You'll see how I prepare myself for a new day. Hmm. So it's either an alignment answer or flirting. I guess I'll have to choose flirting. Oh, Octavia, the flower of the stolen lands. You're as beautiful as you are dangerous. You strike down monsters with your spells and you strike down people with your beauty. You're a real sweet talker. I feel all flushed. Octavia fronts herself with a hand. Well now, I have to pay even more attention to my looks. For now, I know for sure that there's someone who appreciates my efforts. Well, isn't it the most important that you appreciate your own efforts yourself? Okay, well, we'll talk later, Octavia. Sure, Octavia gives you a friendly smile. Come anytime. I guess I had stuff to sell and... Nothing new. What about Svetlana? Good day to you. Do you need anything? I'd be happy to help. No, I have to go. And I don't have anything to do with Honorial. Is that a chicken? It just looked so fiery, so I have to check. It's tiger. I can't pet tiger. That's not fair. How do you do, Tristian? How may I help you, Lakium? I should go. A pleasure. What about, did Amiri have anything new? Yes, Amiri has new things. Can I can't. So, have you proven yourself to be a mighty warrior? I may have. The trial is finished, and if someone ever doubt me, I prove it. Amiri shakes her fist at the unseen offender. So, I'm the chieftain of your new tribe. What do you expect of me? Tribe always must have plenty of food. Tribe's enemies must be tough. Not some easy scum. Tribe's fighters must challenge the strongest enemies. Also, well, Amiri contemplates deeply. You must rule the tribe, make big decisions. She waves her hand vaguely. Okay, thanks for talking with me. She's not fond of talking. Why is there a dog? That is just a dog. Why can't I have that dog? I want all the dogs. And cats. Oh, Jadal. How do you do? Speak. No speak. Was Valerie here? Yes. Greetings, Valerie says. Everything is well, I hope. I'm ready for new orders. Thank you for the conversation. As you wish. Okay, then there's still that Chod.
How may I serve you?
I guess no serve. Just sell. I guess I'm selling stuff. Show me your wares. And I guess let's sell those belts. Belts, 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 belts. Pay well. Can I just type? Merchant would pay well. What about this? Butter. I guess I need to keep the ingredients. Merchant would pay well. Coal. Well. Merchant shall pay well. Honey. Herbs. Quartz. I guess I can't use stones for anything. I don't think I should sell those notes. Old map of Avistan. Shrooms. Petrified egg. The useful household item. Well, I'm selling it. Pearl. Silver spoon. Silver inkwell. Precious bauble. Silver scale. And bauble and written orders. No. What's this? Turquoise. Yes. That's a little bit less to carry. Did I have? Ah, yes. Christian's first scimitar. He doesn't need it anymore. Did I have anything I could sell? Remove curse. Remove blindness. No, I don't want to. Scorch fragment of a necklace. I have 2 fragments. I have 4 of those. I have sweet pancakes. Can I use those? Let's see. No. Where did they go? Where were they? Here. Copy. Maybe I can now cook those things. I really hope. Otherwise, what would be the point? Did Pokken have anything interesting to sell? Show me what you have. I like books. Wands. Wand. No hooked hammer. What's that? Oh, I sold it. Okay. Should I have more of this stuff? I already have some of it. Maybe I'll manage with this party. But time is a lot. Let's check the journal. Still waiting. Why am I still waiting? For this world to stop hiding. Can't find a good reason. Moon radishes. Prove your worth. Riverbed nightmare. See. So, I guess let's sleep here before we continue our journey. Maybe we'll dream, or maybe we won't. No dreaming, I guess. Books. Let's continue with this group. And let's take Valerie and others some other time. What Lindsay hears Valerie. That's interesting. And Jadal heals herself. I'm not taking that. And I wanted to leave those behind. They have level ups. But I wanted to continue with this party. Even though we don't have a proper tank at the moment. But let's go. Let's go with these guys. Even though Valerie and Jadal are both really cool and nice and wonderful. Okay, what is this place? No, that's trade. We haven't been there, so maybe we should go. Or Old Mesa. Let's go to the Oak that's trade. Okay. Oh. No, we shall rest before we go. Can we use rations? If there are no rations left, all activities except hunting. Look, it has like +10 bonus to it, so why is that so difficult? Oh, there are different. Maybe. What does sweet pancakes give? Movement speed. This gives temporary hit points or saving throws. Let's have sweet pancakes. It shouldn't be that difficult. That couple should easily work on that. Okay. Let's rest.
I'm looking at our gang, and I'm wondering, how the hell are we still alive yet? Everyone's so smart, it makes me sick. Writing smart books, fancy prayers to the gods. I only punch first and then sort it out. I guess that's why we're still alive.
Oh, no food. But we still got pancakes. Maybe because of the rations? Okay, but save. And let's enter. And I should be wrapping this up for today. What is Tristian doing? Praying or something? Don't I have my cat? There's a duck. There's probably enemies somewhere here. Yep, enemy. Insane Dryad. Okay.
They go down!
Here we go.
I'm not afraid.
Insane Triad is... What? Maybe we'll die. Like 7 druid, 6 faith? Does that mean it's like level 30? It has 73 hit points. Maybe we shouldn't have come here. Can we somehow fix that insanity? Any temporary? Is it temporary? What do we have? Offense abilities, exceptions, cold iron, medium, benign guardians of trees. They are charming. Well. What abilities do you have? Healing, touch of food, reduce death. Blessings of the faithful. Did I have channel positivity? Damage healed. No. Shield of bless. Let's bless everybody. And let's go closer and let's see what happens. I think we are going to die. But that's fine, I'll just continue from the last save. In any case, not gonna do anything with this battle. Uh-oh. That failed. Can't do anything. And I won't do anything. Poultry Gungar. Could you maybe just speed through that somehow? Or maybe use Wand on yourself? No, you can't. Or I think he used it on himself. Start singing. Oh god. Those spikes are nasty. Octavia. That's interesting. Can you hide? Maybe she can hide. Can I reach that? I did reach. And that did a lot of damage. We might still win this. Do you need a potion now? Ah. Miri. Can't do this. Nope. Well, then you just move. Ouch, ouch. And you can't drink a potion. That's too bad. But you can heal. Heal, my friends. It's nice to have Christian. He's such a positive presence.
Amranda gratior.
That was bad. Let's use a snowball. That was nice. You could do that. That was not that good. Next time he'll have to use that sword. Inspire competence. She has a new song. And you can do something good. Magic missile, that's good. By the way, it doesn't do that much damage, so it's not that good. Well, now I have another barbarian here. But isn't that... That should have been like gold iron, right? A sword is made of... Well, maybe not. Maybe it was just steel or something. Let's heal everybody. Amiri wasn't. Let's do another snowball and hope it hits. Why did it miss? Curses. No missing. Missing is not okay.
Die for me!
Reduced just you? That's so pitiful. Cure wounds, corrosive touch, doom. Did you not have anything more useful? No? Well, fine. Then you shoot.
Serves you right.
0 damage. Lovely. She didn't have more spells. What about this? Can you do that? $11 damage. That was good. Ouch. Beat that.
Bring it!
17 and it was reduced. How much? There shouldn't be much more hit points left. Right. Could you end that thing? Shoot it.
Repent!
Yeah. The Triad didn't repent. Just don't kill anybody. How about Ray of Frost? Wait, this was really good.
Yes.
If only it would hit. How about your... This is good.
Go!
It worked. And we have loot. And we have killed an insane Triad. And... Wait, there is something else there as well. And then we save the game and continue from here next time. Cycle. Save time. And it's rest time for me. I am planning to stream next time on Saturday, but there is a chance that I might have to cancel it. I hope not, but we'll see. In any case, it's end time. It was nice again, and I like my new model. Did I have anything? Nope, nothing else. See you next time. Bye bye.